the other part of the story that we want to tell is that Holly has 3 sons and 1 daughter. And Holly was up in Canada filming. Her 2 youngest sons came up to visit her there. And Rodney, her husband, Rodney Pete, was elsewhere working. And for whatever reason, the 2 boys, and if I'm not mistaken, one of them is over 18 and the other one is younger than 18, I think. But she was sending them back home to meet up with the rest of her family back in LA and her husband. And they bought tickets for the 2 boys to fly business class and Air Canada. They got to the airport to get on the flight. And, it's a pandemic. It's crazy at the airport, they tell me. But they pulled these 2 young men aside and asked for proof that they had permission to use the credit card that bought the tickets. And Holly was on set. They couldn't get a hold of her. They couldn't get a hold of their dad, and they didn't allow them to fly.
Yeah,
Held them overnight.
which
And
is really, this is a disturbing situation.
it is a
that
very
there's-
disturbing.
Yeah, that there was not somebody to intervene and help figure this out.
Well, and why were they pulled aside to begin with? I think this is the
Right.
question that we need to start with, and it's not okay.
No.
And I just want to say, if you're not following Holly on Instagram, I got an Instagram just so I could follow Holly on Instagram. I'm not even on Instagram very much, but she's like the one person I follow on Instagram. And she wrote on Instagram, she said, "Thank you to everyone who sent kind and supportive messages regarding what happened to 2 of my sons on Monday night. They were visiting me on location in Vancouver. They should never have been asked to produce a credit card, which paid for 2 business class seats. I've been flying this airline to Vancouver for 35 years since the 21 Jump Street days and have never had to produce the credit card that paid for the ticket. But apparently they were flagged and were told since they could not verify this, they could not board. And then the gate agent left them stranded at the ticket counter with no resolution in a foreign country. One of my boys is a minor. Last flight out, I was 2 hours away shooting in a remote part of British Columbia and could not get to the airport. And their dad and I were both on the phone, but the gate agent refused to talk to us." That part I didn't remember. I had to put them up in a hotel. Air Canada did not offer that option. And then I paid to rebook them on a morning flight, which thankfully they were allowed to board without producing the credit card this time. I feel this is a policy that is selective and really needs to be looked at, and they need to do much better. I'll let you know when I have some response resolution from them. And the last I had heard, obviously we're pre-taping this show, the last I had heard, there had been no response from Air Canada. And I imagine it's because what response is there? This is horrifying. And I can't help but keep thinking, Nancy, this is terrible on any front, but can you imagine if it was her son on the spectrum?
Right. I know.
And I don't want to belittle that it was her 2 other sons. This is not appropriate in any way, shape, or form. But as a mom, I'm sure for Holly, as a mom of multiple kids, and having one who has some different challenges, that sends an extra shiver. But this is not okay on any platform. I can just remember years ago when Holly was with us and on the show, and she was talking about having to have the talk with her son, with RJ, about understanding that the world wasn't always going to be safe for him because of the color of his skin. And I remember just going, oh my gosh, like how much harder is this and I have so many friends who have had the talk with their kids, but how much harder is it when we're talking to somebody on the spectrum? Right. I'm just devastated for our friend. This is horrible.
Me too. Hopefully this will get some resolution and she'll hear from Air Canada.
And knowing Holly will turn this into a teaching moment for the world.
Absolutely.
That this may not happen to somebody else, but I'm sorry that it happened to begin with. So to that. Thanks for watching Autism Live. If you found anything helpful in this video, please give us a like. In fact, make sure that you smash that subscribe button on YouTube and give us a like on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram for important updates. And please download our free podcast wherever you get your podcasts. See you next time. Until then, give your kiddos a hug from me and one for you too. Bye-bye for now.
To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.